Okay, so for our sphere, we're going to be using our warm color scheme. So you'll need yellow, orange, red, and green. So I'm going to start by just placing the yellow over the entire sphere. So you'll see I start with placing it where the highlight is, but then I'm going to go ahead and just fill that whole space very lightly with yellow. So pause the video, fill in your circle with yellow. Again, very light, smooth, even layer of yellow. Once you have the whole circle filled in with yellow, you're ready to start coming in with the orange. So you'll notice that there are these very light rings around the sphere. So that's just to help us figure out where we're going to be placing our values. So you'll notice that I'm avoiding that highlight and I'm coming around the highlight with the orange. I did not come in and put a really hard outline circle of orange around it. It's very, very light, soft edge of orange around the highlight. And then the rest of the sphere is getting shaded in with an even layer of orange, very light over the top. Pause and fill in with orange. Once you've got the orange in place, you'll be ready to come in with your yellow again, thinking about how we did the value scale before. And you're going to layer that yellow over the plain yellow, but you're also going to layer it over that first ring of orange on the sphere. So we are going to be blending so you get a smoother gradation. So you'll notice that I kind of soften that outside edge. I don't just stop right on the line for that second ring. I carry that yellow just a little bit further and make that a soft edge. But I've got yellow right on the highlight, and then I have yellow layered over the orange in the second ring, and then I kind of fade it a little bit. So pause and do that. When you're ready, you're going to come back in with orange again, and I'm going to layer over the seam where that yellow ended, and I'm going to do that next ring with another layer of orange. I'm not burnishing quite at this stage. I'm just kind of putting in the orange a little bit darker over this next ring of color. So you'll notice that the rings are not perfectly centered. It's not right in a circle. They sort of taper around the edge and curve up the sides of the circle. That is how light would curve over the surface of a sphere, and that curve is what helps to make this look three-dimensional. So now I'm coming in with red, and I'm layering this red over that kind of medium shade of orange and all the way to the outside edge of the orange. You'll notice that with the red, I'm not going all the way around. It just kind of tapers up to where that yellow begins. And the red is really only in the darkest areas of the sphere. So the reddest parts are going to be the furthest away from where that bright yellow is. And then where it sort of tapers up to that right corner, it starts to blend with the orange and it becomes more of an orange rather than the red. Then I'm going to come back in with the orange and I'm going to start to burnish to make this color a little bit more vibrant and to help to blend the colors together so that I can get a smooth gradation from that darker value to the yellow. So pause the video as needed for each step. So whenever I change a color, you should be pausing, doing that step, and then restart the video when you're ready to move on to the next stage. Take your time and make sure that your colors are blended really well before you move on to the next stage. So now we're going to start looking at the shadow. So down here on the bottom, I'm coming in with the red and I'm coming right up to the edge of my sphere, and I'm just putting the red in very, very lightly. Now I'll come in with that green. So if you remember from our warm color value scale, the green is going to layer over the red and it's going to start to get very dark. It might look a little bit almost black. So I'm layering over in the darkest area closest to the sphere and then sort of fading it out. Now I'll come back in with red, layer over the green so that the green blends in with the red. And now it's really starting to look more like a gray or a black. And I'm going to fade out with the red towards the outside edge of that shadow. You can kind of keep pushing, coming back and forth with the red and green until you get the value that you want and keep blending your colors together. I'll finally finish with the orange and burnish so that that is a vibrant shade of red orange for the shadow. Take your time, keep blending. You want your colors to be smooth and even. Ideally, you are not going to see a lot of the pencil marks in showing the direction of the line when you're finished. And you can, again, keep coming back in, keep pushing, smoothing the colors out so that you're showing good craftsmanship. That's how you grow. That's how you improve as an artist, is you just keep pushing and making minor adjustments to your coloring. So when you're finished, your page should look like this. When you're finished, tape your paper into your sketchbook.